Hi everybody, it's Lynn. I'm making sort of a lariat style necklace and I've done a little bit just to save some time on recording, so I'll go over with you what I've already done. Um, we got those awesome huge toggle clasps in the bargain bead box for May. So I've taken one of them and put it at the end. Then I did a little row of my pattern here and put it on the toggle, and then I put a focal of this big shell bead that I had. So we have that there. And then I put more wire on, and we're just going to continue putting it together that way. So what I've done is I've done a couple of my patterns here, and then I put seed beads. These are number 8 seed beads. These are from Dynamite, and they're called silver lined teal. So we're going to put some more beads on, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to finish connecting this, okay? And then when we get done with this, we're going to make a pair of earrings to match. But we just got to get these few beads on here. So we'll do that real quick. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing great. What I did was I started with a super long piece of beading wire, and when I get this where I want it, I'm going to cut some of it off so I don't waste it. But I wasn't sure just what I would need, so I just made it super long. I do that often because, I tend to change my mind 15 or 20 times when I'm making something. I always wonder if anybody else does that. You start putting something together and it doesn't look like you thought it would, and you wind up starting over. Or am I the only one that does that because I'm so indecisive? Well, there. No. Well, I've either lost a bead or I missed one. I'm not sure which, but I'm using these little 4mm pink bicones. I'm using 6mm crackle glass in like a lavender, and then another one in a teal color. And then I just pulled out some beads and shapes to put on here just to try to add a little difference, a little interest. I have some that are like a diamond shape, and I have some that are shell shaped. I thought since we had that abalone shell, we'd go with kind of a sea type theme here. I know it's boring just watching somebody put beads on a wire, but I wanted you to be able to see a little bit about what I'm doing here in case you've never done a necklace like this. But, it's just, I haven't done anything without you that I haven't already showed you how I do it. So you're not missing anything, even though I do have a lot of stuff already done on this piece. But the harder parts of it, I wanted to be online with you to show you what I'm doing there, the crimping and making the earrings and stuff. Pretty much all of this stuff came out of my stash, other than I did use the eye pins that we got in the bargain bead box, and of course the toggle. But the rest of this stuff I already had. A couple more will be done. Okay. So you see I have all of this wire left over and I don't need that much. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this so I don't ruin the wire pulling it through wire guardians and stuff like that. Okay, so let's grab a crimp bead. And I need a wire guardian. got this on Amazon, you guys. It had like 8 different colors of wire guardians on it. So that was a pretty good deal. So I'm going to put my crimp bead on, put my wire guardian on. Okay. Then I'm going to put the other side of the toggle on. Go back through the crimp bead. I'm going to go through a couple of beads just because I can. It gives me a little more leverage when I'm pulling on this wire to tighten it. Well, get in there. Okay, there we go. So now we're just going to pull this down, pinch that wire guardian closed as much as we can, making sure that we don't have any big gaps in our piece. And we don't, it's all fine. Okay, that looks perfectly fine. So we're going to crimp. Okay, put it in that back divot and squeeze. Turn it 90 degrees and squeeze. It's spinning on me, guys. Goodness. Well, all right. There we go, finally. Goodness. Cut off my excess beading wire. Okay. And we're going to put a crimp cover over that crimp. Or we're not, because it went up into that. Oh, there it is. I really want that crimp cover there. Okay. All right. Now, what I did, okay, this will be the front, and you just drop this down through it, and then I made this that you can hang onto the necklace if you want to. Now, you don't have to, but then what you would have is a lariat with some, there we go, with a little decoration to it, you see? And I just put some starfish and some shell beads and my little sea turtles. I don't know if you guys can see them or not, but there they are. And I just wire wrap these onto each other to get that little bit of length. I got about 4 links of chain in there. Used my seed beads. Don't forget about seed beads, you guys. It's a really good way to finish off a piece at the back. It's more comfortable on your neck than some big old heavy beads sometimes. So, you know, it is a good way to utilize other kinds of beads, you know, if you want to. Okay, let's make ourselves a couple of ear wires because I do not have any in this color. Okay, I'm using my 6-step pliers to do this. I've already cut the wire so that I have a flat edge here. You always want to flush cut your wire. And we're going to wrap it around our smallest mandrel till we close it. Just going to make that P like that. Then we're going to set that P over our next to the largest mandrel, take our wire, bring it up and over the largest mandrel. Okay, take it off, flush cut it like that, and we're going to do it again. Make sure we got a flush cut. Take our pliers, put it flush with the smallest mandrel and roll until you close it. Like that. Place that on your pliers like so. You see how I've got that piece sitting right on top of this mandrel. Bring this up and over the larger one. Just like that. Take it off and flush cut it. Okay? Now we take our flat nose pliers and work harden. This is equivalent to laying it on a block and hammering it, but doing it this way is more gentle and you're less likely to mar or scratch or, mess up your wire. Just chomp, chomp, chomp on it and it will harden. And you can tell when you go to pull it apart just enough for an earring. You can feel how hard it's gotten. You can do that some more right up on the center so it doesn't bend as you're taking it on and off. And grab this one and do the same thing. Okay. Needs a little more. Because you don't want it bending all over the place on you. Okay. That feels good. All right. Now we have to smooth the ends of our wire so we don't get hurt. You can use a regular cut burr. I happen to have a battery operated one just because I do some wire work and I use this quite a bit. And believe me, it is much faster than doing it by hand. I used to always do it by hand and it would take me forever. Okay. Now we got to make our earrings. Oops. Me making a mess. Of course. If y'all could see this desk right now, it is criminal, honestly. It's terrible. I got such a mess here. All right. I'm going to take a couple more of these seed beads. Actually, I think I need 4. And on my head pin, I'm going to pick up a seed bead, put a starfish on it, and pick up a seed bead. Okay. And I'm going to try my best to do a little wrap loop here. Okay, so I'm going to grab it like that, kink it, move my pliers up to the corner and come up and over, turn the pliers around, go around to the back and wrap it. These head pins are really short and unfortunately they're the only ones I had and I did not have wire that I could make myself some. So you gotta improvise sometimes. Do the same thing with our other little starfish. My nails are torn all to pieces, y'all. This, oh, I just wreck them doing this. They're constantly peeling or something. Okay, these are the eye pins that came in our bead box. So I'm taking an eye pin, I'm going to open him up, put my little starfish on, and close him up. And then I'm going to take those mauve colored beads and bead cap. Because these eye pins are so strong, I'm going to do a simple loop here rather than a wrapped loop. So all I'm going to do is just bend my wire. I measure mine by putting it like this across my finger, and I put my cutters right at the edge of my nail, and that gives me the length I want to make a simple loop. Take my round nose pliers and roll. Roll it down to close it, just like that. Okay. And one more time, I'm going to take another head pin. I'm going to go ahead and attach the rest of the earring to it. Okay. Close it. Put on a bead cap. Oh, I got a bead cap that's not got a hole in it. Bead cap, one of the teal colored crackle glass, another bead cap, bend it right at the bead. Gosh, those things are tough. Cut off the excess. And roll it. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to take one of my ear wires, open it, and slide that right on. All right. And there's our little earring to go with our necklace. All right, you guys, I'll make the other one off camera, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Go through your stuff. Just find things that you think look good together and put it together. You know, you never know what you can come up with. And the nice thing about beading is that if you make a mistake or if you put something together and you just don't like it, take it apart and start over. We all do it all the time, and there's no reason you shouldn't as well. All right, well, I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I hope you'll think about doing so. And I'll see you on the next video, okay? Bye-bye.